Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks so much for watching. Thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all the new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. I appreciate you. Thanks for all the donations that came in too as well. I appreciate you. And the ladies, I have to give y'all a special shout out because out of all this flirting these guys do, y'all be the ones that's donating to my channel, not them. So I have to give y'all props, okay? So thank y'all so much for keeping this channel going and all that, okay? Um, Everything in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So everything is alleged, in the Fair Act and all that stuff, and that's in the description box, okay? So y'all can go look at it. I can't remember it, so go look at it. Another thing I want to say is y'all have to excuse the mess that's going on behind me because like I told y'all before, I am, doing an office up so that I can do my videos in the office instead of all out in the open, okay? So that's another thing that I'm working on. I'm almost there. I have to get my desk built into the room and all that stuff. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on right now. So please excuse the mess behind me. Anyway, I want to talk about a few things, y'all. And I also want to start off with this as well. Everything happens for a reason, y'all. Remember this, okay? People used to say this to me when I was little, and then I got older, and I'm like, why people say this? But then I understand what it means now, okay? Yesterday was the movie release, the Death movie release, okay, y'all? And the crazy part about that was, I don't know if y'all heard about what happened with Alec Baldwin. He was in the news yesterday. And he was in the middle of making a movie yesterday. Okay, y'all? And the name of the movie is Rust, R-U-S-T. And there was a prompt toy used. Okay? Now, they say it was an accident, and then they said that Alex Baldwin was the one that was holding the prompt toy, and that it went off or whatever, for whatever reason. I don't see it going off by itself, so he had to have, pulled the, handle or whatever, okay? But anyway, one of the directors and the producers or somebody or camera person one person was taken out, and another person is in the hospital, okay? So what are the odds, y'all? What are the odds of this happening on the day that Mo3 movie is released? That someone else passes away in the making of a movie. Okay? And the crazy part that tripped me out, and I'm not saying that, he did it on purpose or none of that stuff, y'all. But I want y'all to keep an open mind that it is ritual season right now. 11/11 is right around the corner. Okay? And this is a very sacrificial month. So I just want you all to pay attention to that. All right. That's a big coincidence to me. And in Greek mythology, there was a god called God of Rust. Okay, y'all? It's crazy. But it was a god of rust. And there was a sacrificial, a little ritual thing put in place because of this god of rust as like a honor to this god of rust. So they would do sacrifices for him, for this god of rust, like every year, like in April or something like that, April the 25th or something like that. They would do this ritual, and they would sacrifice dogs to this god of rust. So I just find that really eerie that happened on a set on the day of Mo3's release date of his movie. That's all I'm going to just say about that. I find that very odd. crazy. So I wanted to talk about a few things that I have been watching. I've been keeping up with some videos. I've been keeping up with some interviews. I just been trying to put pieces together for a lot of things. Been noticing what people are saying on their channels. Some people are talking about Mo3 is still alive, stuff like that. They're saying in their channels. Another thing that I noticed after I put the video out saying that, somebody's in there talking. Somebody's saying something, okay? Because the fact that fingers are starting to be turned toward Beto, okay? And DJ now. This is what I'm hearing, okay? Word on the street, okay, y'all? So everything is alleged. But I am hearing that as far as authorities are concerned, fingers are being pointed toward Beto and DJ. Now, do Beto body fit the description of the person chasing him? Yes, his body fits. Then, right after I put up that video, I noticed some more people started popping out the woodwork. Okay, we have one video. Somebody is talking about, no, that's Robert Gomez. Okay, so as soon as I put that video out talking about it's Beto, then people start jumping on there saying it's Robert Gomez again. And then people start saying that, he's still alive and stuff like that. Now, it's another interview that just went out too. It was a live. It wasn't really an interview. It was a live. And this person came on Mr. Scandalous, okay? Came on his page. And he said that he was the one that was on the expressway too, and that he was hitting back at the person that was hitting at Mo3. Okay, so this is what we're hearing now. Now, it's so many lies be mixed up in stuff that you don't know. Some stuff he's saying, it adds up. It makes a little bit sense, but the timing don't make any sense. I have to say that, because as soon as I put the spotlight on, I didn't put it on there, it's just coming back around full circle again. And they're saying that Beto and DJ did it. Now, soon as I said that, this is when everybody seems like they start jumping on their platforms and start throwing out Gomez again and start throwing things in the other directions. Okay? So I'm wondering, is this to cover up who really did it? And if they think they're covering up, if authorities and people are talking about this behind closed doors, that, things are pointing to Beto and things are pointing to DJ, then could this be a play? You have to ask yourself that question. Could this be a play? All right, y'all. A lot of people is putting a lot of plays on their channels. I'm glad I don't do interviews, because it seems as if a lot of plays are coming out of the woodwork right now. People were sending me a video of Mr. Scandalous. He had some guy on there, an older guy on the platform. And the reason why I say that people coming on certain pages and doing lives with them are a play is because before this guy came on his page and was talking and going into details like he was there, he was coming to my page. He was coming to my page, and not my page, but my IG. And he was kind of, telling me the same things that he was telling Mr. Scandalous, okay? Some of the stuff he was telling him. He was also acting as if he didn't even like Mr. Scandalous. Like he couldn't stand him. He wanted to see, to me, if, he could get a beef or brewing between me and Mr. Scandalous. And he said some things about Mr. Scandalous. And then, I'm a type of person that I listen to people, but at the same time, when I listen to somebody, you have to fill in the blanks, okay? If somebody comes to your page and they call themselves trying to help you, okay? They go from, oh, I can help you with this. I know a little inside scoop on this and that and that. If they give you a little information, and if you use just a little bit of the information that they give you, because I don't use all of the information that people give me, I use a little bit here and there that make a little sense to me. So I will use that. But when a person comes to your page and he give you some information and you use a little bit of it, and then, you know, a little bit later, they're saying things like, I'm the man behind your channel. When you didn't had your channel for over a year now, and you didn't put in that work, and then somebody comes in and give you a little bit of information, and they say, I'm not gonna tell people that I'm the one that's behind your channel. I'm the one that's doing this, or this is all about me and you now, and blah blah blah. That turned me off, because you're disrespecting me to the fact that you coming in and I use a little bit of your information, and then you turn it into like, this is our channel, but I'm the man behind the scene thing. Okay, so I kind of branched off from this guy. Okay, and I'm just to be completely honest with y'all, I branched off from him. Okay, and before I branched off from him, it was like coming back and forth. For somebody older, an older guy like that, to be coming to me in the first place, that's getting in the middle of, a case like this. And that's fine if you want to get into a case like this, and you want to help out. But when it gets to the point where you want me and another blogger to beef, and I don't, I put a video out and said a few little things, or gave out some names or whatever of family members, and then I just went on about my business, because I was like, just not really, I don't really care. Every now and then I feel like, responding to somebody, but most of the time I just ignore people when they put up stuff on their videos. But after I put up the net family names of Mr. Scandalous, then he comes back to me again, and he was like, he don't care about you putting up his names. What you gonna do next? For an older guy to be talking like this. But at the same time, you're saying that, oh, my birthday is on Mo3's birthday, and blah, 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 blah. Some just didn't sit well with me. Okay, y'all? And like I told y'all, I have pretty good intuition. Okay? So I blocked this guy, and I didn't even say anything else about it. But I still have all of everything that he sent me, talking about Mr. Scandalous and all of this. The Rat Man. He was talking about him. Really, really bad, okay? And then a month later, a couple of weeks later, now you're on his page. It makes me wonder, did Rat Man send you to my page? Or is he just messy? That he run to me, see where he can go, and then he runs to Rat Man. Okay? So, like I tell you, sometimes it's a lot of sometimes subscribers keep up a lot of stuff too. Okay? Not the ones that want to like see the case going, see what's going to happen with the case or whatever. But I block a lot of people, because a lot of people like to run from page to page, and they like to keep up stuff. They like to like come and tell you, oh, this person said this about you, blah blah blah. So you can go back and forth with people. So that's what I got from this old guy. Okay, that is on the Rat Man page now. Acting like he his boy, but when he was talking about him, I kept all the receipts just in case, Rat Man think I'm lying. I got all the receipts that this guy seems a little bit off, okay? And then I went back and looked at some older messages from this guy. And this guy, I didn't even notice that he had sent me something asking me would I help him with a channel. So you have to wonder about people like this. If you know all this inside information on Mo3 case and this and that, why not just do your own channel and just start posting Mo3 stuff? People gonna pull it up because it's talking about Mo3 anyway, because people want to know about Mo3 stuff. So you don't really need any help with that. So I just find that like it seemed like a play. All right. And it's just like with this guy that just popped up out of the blue. And now he's saying that, I waited to come out and say this. And it's like right after I mentioned Beto and DJ being back, in the spotlight. And I'm not putting them in the spotlight, y'all. I'm hearing this from authority standpoint. They are saying that Beto, they got their eyes on him. They are saying that DJ, they got their eyes on him. Okay, and it's not just from me saying it, okay, and word on the street. It is from a standpoint of they are being looked into. That's all I was saying. So right after I said that, then that's when this guy comes on there and say that he was the one that was hidden back, and that this guy took his mask off that was hidden at Mo3 for a little bit, took his mask off, and he's saying that he saw Robert Gomez. Now, this is what is confusing to me, because if he made a police report, okay, y'all have to think about this. If he made a police report, and if he was actually a witness that was out there when Mo3 was taken out, and if he said that Robert Gomez was the one that had the mask on, chasing Mo3, then why isn't he arrested? Why wasn't he picked up for anything? Okay, so you have to pay all of this stuff attention, that people are running plays and lying just to get views. So it make you wonder, do they get off doing their lives and say, what are we gonna say next? Well, it was somebody out there that was hitting back. Let's come up with a guy that can say that he was the one hitting up at Mo3. They ain't gonna know if he lying or not. We gonna get some more views from that. So you have to wonder, are these just plays being ran? Okay, and can you really believe what this guy is saying? Because this guy is also saying that Mo3, he was standing over Mo3, and Mo3 was saying that Rain Man was the one that put this play in motion. So like I said, if there's any truth to this, why haven't Rain Man been arrested? Why haven't Robert Gomez been arrested? So you have to think about when people are running these plays on their platform. Okay, now like I said, the movie premiere was yesterday, and of course you was going to see Say No to Brain Cells, because he is, he works for these people. He works for them. He's somebody that does everything that he's told. Whatever that, he's just like that female that's on Coming to America. When he asks her, what do you like? Whatever it is you like. Okay, that's what he is to Rain Man. Okay, whatever it is Rain Man wants, Rain Man gets when it comes to him and his channel. Okay, that's why he's put in this little spotlight. Now, the thing that gets me, that I really, really want to talk about, I want to talk about this prophecy guy. Okay, because this prophecy guy, people are saying that he was Mo3's video guy from the beginning. Now, if this is true, and if he was the person that was doing all of Mo3 videos from even when he did and Rad with me, if he was the person that did his videos from the beginning, he's no dummy, okay? He's not stupid. He know when the direction of the videos were changing and they were going into a different direction. In the beginning, Mo3 was probably putting out songs, and he is the person that's in the spotlight at the beginning. But I want you to think about toward the ending when he was about to be taken out. This person, whoever did the editing, the prophecy guy, he had to see things changing. He had to know that something was a brewing. When you are shooting at sending shells at the person that's who video it is, who rap, you've been working for all this time. Now all of a sudden shells is coming his way. Now all of a sudden the light is on for somebody else, but his light is going out. You know, remember I told y'all, the person who choreographed these videos and everything, they had to know something. Which makes you think, did he know something? And if he did, it was so much dirtiness going on in Mo3's life that it's pathetic. It's just like this movie. People were telling me a lot of people went to see it, but most of the people that was there was a lot of ops. A lot of people that have been trying to cover up stuff. A lot of people that's getting money off Mo3 now through Rain Man. A lot of stuff just don't add up anymore. Okay? As well as, I'm going to show y'all something too. So I want to show y'all this. This was one of the messages that one of the Skeet sisters, the one that Mo3 spent the night at her house. This is what she said. She posted, she says, Rainwater told me he didn't want to clear my name because he wanted to use it to promote 3 album. Because 3 prophesied his own death. To promote that money, Maya's song on the album. So this is something that he was running around saying to everybody. That, he prophesied his own demise. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. And I want you to think about the interview that Mo3 had when he was talking about, he was saying that, Mr. Distraction was in the other room, and he was saying that he got the idea from someone to call himself Osama. So I want you to think about who was in his ear all the time. That was giving him ideas for, different things that he was doing. His manager. Okay? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about all the timing. I want you to think about what Mo3 said when he was saying that he would run into people that he thought he was cool with. And they would go be out and about, people that he thought he was cool with. And they'll do an interview. And they'll talk about him like a dog. And then they'll turn around and run into him. And he'll be like, oh, it wasn't like that. Or this and that. But it really was. Mo3, think about the people that was telling him to come meet them, and then they would never show up. I want you to think about all of these games that people were playing. They were prepping him for years. They were prepping him. But the main thing that prepped him the most was for him to have to show up, to be somewhere at particular dates and this and that, was allegedly this movie. This movie got him to be places on certain particular dates that they needed to line him up on particular dates. Now, another thing that is not really talked about is this movie. I noticed that Mr. Easter Bunny did not want to touch bases on certain things. He did not want to talk about the last day of taping. Was that the last day of taping? He did not want to talk about that. He didn't even want to answer the question. And that screams volumes, y'all. For you to be taken out on the last day of taping, which is 11/11, and people in the movie were posting all this 11/11 stuff. That screams so much. Okay? Another thing that screams a lot is Big Bird. For him to tell his workers that come back and clean his house that he was leaving and going out of town and didn't know when he was coming back. Right when Mo3 was being taken out. He was getting out of Dodge. He was packing, making plans to get the heck out of there. And he still haven't fully been, still fully haven't been back in Dallas the way he used to be since this happened. I want to get to another post too. Okay, I hope y'all can read it. If you can't read it, you can screenshot it and blow it up. I'm going to try to blow it up a little bit so you can see it. Okay. Now, like I told y'all, it seemed like people were prepping for Mo3 to be taken out. Now, this was put out by somebody named Tyree Stewart. I don't know who this guy is, but March 27, 2020, he posted this post up. He said, I'm going to post these pictures of Melvin Noble, aka Mo3, before he dies. Because I don't want to hear no one saying I wasn't messing with him before he died. And I don't want no fake people, fans, saying they did mess with him. Mo3, badass, okay, y'all? So he posts this picture up. I find this very eerie, y'all, that months in, people were already prepping for Mo3's demise. Is if people knew things that they was not telling him. It's just like I said months ago about if they get away with this, there are going to be so many people that's going to be in movies that is going to be taken out. And they're going to make it a normal thing that people get taken out making movies. Like I said, coincidence or no? Or is this a wake-up call to people? Is this a wake-up call for these actors now that you could possibly sign up for this big movie and you could possibly be taken out in this movie and wrote off as a accident and a prompt, or a whole ending of a scene could be just changed around to make it look as if you passed away somewhere else when you passed away in the movie. It's funny how things work because they wanted to get rid of Mo3 so bad. Everybody was jealous of him. People were mad at him because he was leaving Empire. He was trying to get new management. A lot of things is adding up that people were mad that he was going to be moving on. People were mad because he shot out past their career. And they was the ones that's supposed to be in the spotlight. Like Big Bird. Yeah, he put out a one-hit wonder or maybe two. But everything Mo3 put out was fire. Everything he touched. And that's something that other people can't do. Every now and then they get a song that hits. But everything that he was putting out was a hit. So you can understand the jealousy. You can understand why they were so jealous. It wasn't because, he hit up, he took out some of their friends and this and that and that and this. Because he tried to make up with them before it even got that far. This was about jealousy. Them not wanting to share the spotlight. And it's like I said, it amazes me that, say no to brain cells and everybody all dressed up at the movie theater. How can these people sit back and dress up for a movie to watch Mo3 The movie that he was allegedly in that helped take him out, that helped make him comfortable enough to put his guards down around all these people that did not like him. And I keep saying this over and over again. And I noticed something. A lot of my videos, you know, they hit thousands of views. But the video that I put out about ask yourself this question, would Mo3 still be alive if he would not have made this movie? That video was at a standstill. Like, people did not want to push it up so that people can watch it. Which make you wonder, like, who really is behind a lot of stuff that's going on out here in the social media thing. Certain things you can talk about, certain things you can't. The movie was finna come out, so people were telling me, coming to my inbox, and they were saying that they was trying to click on that video of would Mo3 still be alive if he wouldn't have been cast in this movie. People were saying they was clicking on the video and it wouldn't even play. So I'm telling y'all, a lot of things are bigger than what they may seem. They are totally out of our hands for a lot of things that's going on. Like I told y'all, when I say it's a spiritual warfare going on out here, it's true. That is not a coincidence that the releasing of this movie, that somebody else passes away. Not a coincidence. That was done so that people can wake up and be alert about what they're really doing. For so long, these actors and these rappers, they make this money and they live their little lives and go about their business. But things have took a turn for the worse when it comes to movies and music now. Especially now that the producers and everybody and, people that they're working with and business partners can put insurance policies on people that working on the movie, people that's in the movie, people that's working on music and that's in, music with you. They can put out contract, insurance policies on people. That sets it's a whole nother ball game, y'all. It does not matter to them about, movies or certain artists making it really big, because if you're taking out doing the making of a movie or the making of your songs or whatever before your contract is up, they get paid regardless if you sell music or not. So this is an eye-opener for people, for actors too. And I'm starting to believe a lot of actors is going to wake up and they're going to start seeing these things going on, especially with the COVID, the virus going on and people staying in more and not really hanging out as much. So they be on social media a lot. So they're seeing that the way things are going. Are people going to turn down roles for the fact that, there, are scenes of them being taken out and stuff like that? Are people going to even start turning down roles? You got to think about this too. I do believe that they're going to try to make this a normal thing, that this happens, 8 times out of 10. This could happen. That you could be taken out on a movie scene. And just like I told y'all about scary movies and this and that, what are the odds of you going to somewhere all out in the woods somewhere, and you're filming a movie and it turned real? But it seems like this is what they're prepping people for. There's a picture of a guy, like I said, he looks like Mo3. And like I said, it's funny how things end up. They wanted Mo3 out the way so bad. But then now, word on the street is They were looking for people that looks like Mo3 and whatever so that they could do a body double. Now ask yourself, why would they need to do a body double? And this makes sense because, like I told y'all, the movie was supposed to come out in February, earlier this year. It ended up coming out in October instead. So did they find a body double? Somebody that looks like Mo3 that they could throw in, not just the end of the movie to finish it off, but that they could throw in through the middle of the movie. Just think about this, y'all. They were lining him up, allegedly. So there were going to be clues throughout this movie that they were lining Mo3 up. There were going to be clues throughout this movie. So did they need another person? Because they didn't expect the fans to come the way they did and want to know what really happened. And still a year later, we still want answers. So did they use a body double to because people are showing somebody saying that they look just like Mo3, and they showing somebody else's face and all the stuff. They're putting faces on top of Mo3's faces now on YouTube. So is this body double is the person that they use to go back in certain scenes and redo, because it looked just so obvious that they were a part of it. Ask yourself this question. For months now, they had to go back into this movie and redo some stuff because of Mo3 being taken out, and because of people were going to be looking for particular things when they watched the movie. So they had to go in and put a body double in there, change some stuff around so it wouldn't look so obvious that they were lining him up. Think about that, y'all. Think about it. And another thing that I remember he said in the video, he says Mo3 is through the whole movie. They said he is throughout the whole movie. He's not just like 15 seconds of the movie like Mr. Distraction's movie, that he threw Mo3 in there 15 seconds. This movie, they're saying he is through the whole movie. So is it him through the whole movie, or is it body doubles that they're going to be adding throughout certain scenes too, to change some stuff up? Because people are looking for piecing stuff together on everything that was going on. Another thing that's coming up that people are talking about, and this is a fair question to ask: was Mo3 taken? Was he taken? Ask yourself this question. And then released on that expressway. Was he taken? People are saying that he looked as if he had been given something. He wasn't acting his same way. I had posted that video up showing y'all his last night or something, and he looks like he's so tired. He looks like he's just not himself. He looks as if somebody could have slipped him something. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you this. When you ride around in a car with people and you do not smoke, but everybody in the car is blowing smoke all in your face, you're still going to get a contact. You're still going to get a contact. He was hanging out with a lot of ops. They most likely was doing videos that night and everything else. And they were probably smoking and drinking and blowing smoke in his face and making sure they were enclosed in a car or something and talking to him and smoking and blowing smoke. He could have got a buzz from that. He could have gotten, somebody could have slipped him something in one of his little water bottles or whatever, pop or something. We don't know. We do not know. But we do know one thing: something ain't right about something. People are saying this, a word on the street is background dancer was recording the whole thing. For background dancer to be there to record the whole thing, to be able to go off of the expressway and get back on again. They say he went around and came back on the expressway again. If he already had recorded, then what did he get off to come back on for? Now, we did see DJ get into his car and he put the camera on him and he wiped his nose. So did he go back around to pick somebody up that he had dropped off? Ask yourself this question. Why were they changing cars? Another thing that came out in another live was this guy said that more than one car had fake license plates. That's another thing that's coming out. More than one car had fake license plates. So if that's the case, and I had showed y'all obituary with Armani Rose on there and background dancer on that obituary. I believe it was background dancer. So that shows you their closeness already. Okay? For her to say that they told her to back down 5 years ago, her and Bushy, and then he's still doing videos with background dancer. People were like, Beto were making songs talking about broad daylight, but then somebody told him don't post it, because it would incriminate himself. So they didn't even post the video up of broad daylight, but they had made this song about taking somebody out in broad daylight. A lot of stuff don't add up, y'all. And then a lot of things are adding up as far as their closeness, their ties to each other and everything. Now, another thing that I want to talk about too, that I truly believe is a kicker in this whole thing. That video that they put out of Mo3 going to the passenger side to go get his toy. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. Out of all of my years in life of being around street associates, okay, not one person do I know have a toy in their car that they have to get out the car and go around to the other side to get. Now, everybody is saying that Mo3 was in the car by himself. Okay? Even authorities is saying that he was in the car by himself. Okay? Why would he have to get out his car to go around to the other side to get something that he needed? Something ain't right about that, y'all. And I do believe that could be from a movie clip of him getting out of that car and he was not running. Because if somebody is parking in front of you, getting out with something that big coming at you, you about to run to get your stuff, to make sure you got your stuff out in time. You're not finna walk casually around the car to get it. That's number one. Number two, if something about to hit the fan, you're not going to put something in the car where you cannot reach it, especially and you're coming from your girl house that live in the hood where your ops are. Now, if you're going in another direction or going somewhere else, and when you get out of that neighborhood, then you might want to put your stuff up. But you're not finna leave the house with your stuff put up. Anybody could have pulled up on him and they could have just hit out his windows and hit him up in that car. Do you see him having to get out his car to run to walk slowly to the other side and get his stuff out? Some don't add up about that whole little scene right there. And I do believe that part of the scene is from the movie. Of him getting out, walking casually to the other side and acting as if everything is nonchalant, ain't nothing really major, wasn't really going on, when it really was. So I do believe that part was from the movie. But as far as him on the ground and all of that part, we got to ask Ask yourself this question: how did he get there? Was he placed there? We're not seeing a bunch of witnesses that's coming forward. We already know that they had a bunch of people on that expressway. So whatever witnesses that they had probably out there were a part of the play. So we have to think about all of this, y'all. Why would you have your stuff put up to the point where you have to get out the car and go to the other side to get it? It doesn't make any sense. And like I said, I do believe they got that footage part from the movie people. That was probably a part of that movie. And they try to put it into that happened that day. That's why it took so long for that footage to come out, because they had to get that footage right for to try to fool us, okay, y'all? Now, another thing I'm hearing, so Gayo is about to be moved to another prison, okay? So he's about to be moved, okay? And like I said, back here I did a video. And I was talking about the chopper people and little baby, no, the baby, not little baby, the baby and his little crew of people. And I remember I told y'all that they were making fun of Mo3 by putting somebody, like, they was talking about Cinderella, they was talking about Run Forrest Run, they was talking about all of this stuff dissing Mo3, allegedly, y'all. Now, right after I put that video up, I ran across something else. And the thing that I ran across was, so Gayo is boys with them. He's close to them, y'all. He's done music with them. They socialize a lot before he was locked up. So he has ties to the baby. He has ties to the chopper guy. He has ties to this little crew that put out those diss songs about Mo3. The people that put up the clips of them on an expressway and they finna get off in Fort Worth. They got clips of this in their videos. That video that I put up, and I was talking about Mo3 own street associates, like the female artist that had the one shoe on and all that in her video. All of these people are tied. I have found information that so Gayo is tied to the same people that's dissing Mo3 in these songs with the Cinderella stuff. Another thing that I noticed too in an older video of Mo3, when he was talking about doing 4 years of doing business with Mr. Distraction. Another thing that he mentioned that tripped me out, okay, y'all? Mo3 mentioned the baby. So they were in his ear already feeding him information. He said that Mr. Distraction was in the other room. And he also said that he wanted to do some work with the baby. Now ask yourself this question. Why would Mo3 want to do work, some business and songs with the baby when after Mo3 passed away, the baby is in these videos with the chopper guy and all of them dissing Mo3? Ask yourself this question, and who put that in his head? If he said that Mr. Distraction, aka Boosie, was in the other room while he was doing that interview, then I believe he got that from Mr. Distraction to, you gonna do some work with the baby. Because you notice after Mo3 passed away and after he mysteriously healed so fast from getting hit up and he was about to lose his legs, when he did the Boosie bash, look who showed up, the baby. When I tell you all of this stuff is tied, there's so many ties in here that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay? For Mo3 to even mention the baby out his mouth. And then now the baby in. They putting up T.I. picture, all of this in the video that they're dissing Mo3 in. And right before Mo3 was taken out and he went to Houston and had this little shading with Prince of Darkness, T.I., Mr. Distraction, somebody else. Just peep this circle of people. Okay? Just peep how everything went down and how everything is right now. So that's all I want y'all to pay attention to. These are not coincidences. Okay, y'all? Anyway, I'm going to try to put the video in my description box so that you all can go to that video and look it up yourself. Of Mo3 talking about in the interview that they asked him who he wanted to do some business with, some music with or whatever. And he mentions the baby. And he mentions that Lucy is in the other room. Okay? And that he loved him as, he really had love for Mr. Distraction. But this was, like I said, an older video. When things hit the fan and he went to Houston, people were saying something different. They were saying that Mo3 was a little peed off at Mr. Distraction because he did not, take his side on some kind of situation that went down with Yellow, okay? And him showing up there. So I just want y'all to peep the same circle of people. All the interviews and everything shows a lining up of someone. Okay, y'all? Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank y'all so much for watching. I will try to post something else today, too. Okay, peace. Be safe, y'all.